Hello YouTube, Reseller Mom here. Welcome to today's video. It is the 6th of June. We are moving right along into summer, and my videos and everything has been a little chaotic the last couple of weeks with getting on schedule for posting. I have just been super duper busy. Got a couple big projects completed though. So today I pulled out 3 things to show you on some returns and just tips with them. So the first I'm going to show you is a game, and my tip here is to always be open in networking, etc. And the return on this game, I don't mind it at all because I made a lot of money off of this whole transaction. There is my family plays a lot of games, and there is a guy who runs a game shop, and he often gets calls to clear out entire stores. You know, somebody's closing up their business, whether it's an eBay business or an online business or a brick and mortar business, and he'll get deals of, you know, pay me X amount and come clear out this storage unit, my garage, my place of business, whatever. Anyhow, he got an overrun of a bunch of games one time, and he's like, I don't have space for this. Do you want them? I'll cut you a deal. I bought them for whatever. I'll sell them to you for a couple bucks more, and most of them will make you money on Amazon. So, of course, I had to crunch the numbers, kind of scan. I went and showed up and just used the app and scanned a bunch of games to make sure that my ratio of ones that were good sellers outweighed the ratio of ones that are bad sellers. So whether you're doing that for games, for clothing, for books, whatever lot you're looking at, you want to do a bunch of random scans to get a good average of what's going on. So he bought them for less than $10 a piece. He was going to sell them to me for $10 a piece. So all we had to do was count, and everything was going to be $10 a piece. So that meant all my margins, things need to make more than $10 a piece, right? I made several $1,000s off of this order, and I wound up doing 2 or 3 deals with him over a series last summer as I was moving into this warehouse. All right, fast forward to the spring. Pretty much anything that didn't sell, which was less than a dozen, I'm just recalling, and we're going to sell at the garage sale at the end of this month. So am I, upset about it? No, because I know that going into these deals, there's going to be a few that don't sell for whatever reason. The listing goes bad. I think the images were bad, or the G10 was bad on these guys, something going on. I recall them. I will go over to eBay, double check, make sure that they're not worthy of an eBay listing. And if all else fails, I write it off as a business and donate this. I took one game for myself because it looked really cool, and or they go into the garage sale bucket. So I've got about 5 for the garage sale bucket, 1 for myself. And out of those 5, maybe I'll recoup some over on eBay. But the takeaway here is a lot of us are going to be like, oh, I don't want to buy a lot of stuff off of somebody else because of IP claims and all of that stuff. So know your contact. I made sure that, hey, if I need an invoice, can I get an invoice from your business? Sure, I can write you an invoice. He's a legit business. He does he buys a lot of games from the big vendors out there because he does have a brick and mortar. So I made sure that my IP stuff was set to go, margins good and set to go. And then the last part is just the physicality. It took a lot of truckloads, carloads to load all those games up. We're talking hundreds of games, and get them shuttled here, get them processed, get them boxed, get them sent in. So get all your ducks in a row, and you can make some money. All right. The second thing that I wanted to show you guys is I got this return, and I have never sent a bra in on a hanger. So this is not mine. Somebody bought this and did a little switcheroo. That happens I don't want to say all the time, but it happens with Amazon, with eBay. It actually was the same size. A lot of times I'll get it back, and what people will do is they'll buy 2 sizes. They'll keep whichever one they want. They do whatever's the easiest return. Maybe they're out of return status for the first size they tried, and so they'll return it on the second one. What can you do about this? Nothing. Relist it, write it off, move on with your life. Quit getting hung up over pennies that are lost in your business when you could be out there making dollars. Luckily, this is in excellent condition. It's all brand new. I mean, I'll take the hanger off and just resend it in and make some money back. I'm not Like, you can get hung up on the negativity in your business, or you just move on. Any business is going to have an amount of loss, whether it is a brick and mortar and you get vandalism or shoplifting. And if you're in e-commerce, you're going to get weird returns. I've had the wrong product sent back. I've had puzzles sent back that were clearly opened. They did the puzzle and then they returned it. You know what? That's on them. You got to start saying that to yourself. That's on them, not on you. What can you do? What can you control? You can control your response. And, you know, monetarily, do I like it? No, but I have to be able to factor in some amount of loss to my business on a yearly basis, because that stuff happens and there's no justice in the world that is going to come and fight your demons for you. All right. Last thing I'm going to show you. I have started to do this with my boxes. These are the UPS free medium free boxes. I can't see with I've got my computer glasses on. I can't see the numbers, but medium boxes. And the thing that I started doing was I was curious if adding a big old ready to ship, this is just a 4x6 Dymo label, adding a big old ready to ship would make Amazon put this in a box or not. And they did. A lot of times if you send your items to FBA in a box, they just slap that freaking shipping label right on there and ship it out. And sometimes I want them to put that box in a box. I don't want that to have the shipping label on. Just depends on what you're packing. So I did a test run, because I'm all about testing. I am continually poking that Amazon beast to see what can I get away with. How does the system work? Because let's be honest, if you call Amazon, they're not going to tell you anything. They're going to be like, what are you talking about? Do we even work here? I don't know. They're just worthless to try and get any information on. And their seller university, while good, doesn't go beyond the basics. So my question was, if I put a ready to ship label on a box, will they then put that box in a box? And they did. I don't know if it matters that I put it on both sides. That'd be like my next thing to kind of question. And I did this with just a return. This was a returned item. You can do a test buy, just recall one of your items, see how it gets shipped back. But my question was, if I want that box to be put into another box, especially during Q4 or any time really, or whatever I'm shipping out to them, what can I do to make it so that they put it in a box? Now, will this trick work 100% of the time? Who knows? Amazon does whatever the Amazon wants to do. But now I know that if I want things to be put in an additional box with packing, I will go ahead and spend the money and the time to print out more of those labels. Not everything that I do really needs that, and it is a little bit of additional expense. I haven't priced out what a 4x6 label cost me, probably less than a nickel. But if the item is of value and I want it to do that, that is going to be my go-to. So always be learning, always learn new things. I hope one of these things helped you out to understand a little bit more in the Amazon business. All right, guys, take care and have an amazing week.